Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Bright Ink. I'm Ashley.
I'm Talia.
Today, we thought we would do a more overall compiled video about getting into the publishing business. We've talked about like little bits and pieces of our journey throughout all of our videos, but we're going to just do like advice and big picture stuff today.
Yeah, what are your steps in order to get into the publishing business? I actually did this as a presentation for one of my classes for my advanced fiction class in school and created a slideshow, and I shared it with Ashley and she really liked it, and she shared it with her writing club, right?
Yeah.
And so we thought, oh, this would be a really cool thing to share with you guys too. So let me pull it up for you. What it's like to be in the publishing world, how to kind of break into it, agents, contracts, and edit letters. That's what we're going to go over. Okay, we've kind of told you our story before, but here's a quick recap. We co-authored our book together. We finished it when we were 18 and then revised it a few years later and wanted to do something with it. So we put it up on the site called Swoon Reads and crossed our fingers to see that if people would like it. And then we got an email from Macmillan saying that they wanted to publish our book. So that is a very back end way to go into the publishing world. Like, we kind of have a very unique situation in this.
Yeah, so I mean, there's been obviously a lot of steps in between what we've done and post being picked up by Swoon Reads. It's been, very typical, all of the editing and all of that stuff. But getting there, like Talia said, very unique. We highly recommend getting an agent for so many reasons. How do you go about getting one? Well, first off, you need to have a manuscript.
Yeah, and that's the first step.
Yeah, obviously you need to have something written. It doesn't need to be perfect, right? It doesn't need to be like about to be published, because obviously it's going to go through a ton of edits, but it needs to be polished, something that you are proud of and like happy to have somebody professional read it and confident that they'll like it.
Yes, absolutely. And then the way to get an agent is to write query letters. So usually what people do, authors do, is they, put together a letter that they're really confident in, and then they will send it out to all of these agents on a list that they think best fits their book. You really have to do your research on the different agents out there, and you have to make sure that they are looking for the stuff that you are sending. And you can't just like mass send it to everybody. Agents hate that. So really work hard on personalizing it to each individual agent that you're interested in. And then don't be shy. Send it out to a bunch of them. That was probably Ashley and my biggest setback when we started. We actually queried a couple people back in the day when we were like 18.
Yeah.
And we queried like 2 people. And no, query like lots of people. But yeah, make sure your query letter is really excellent and in good shape so that you can get that representation from an agent.
Exactly. You want to give yourself the best shot of finding an agent. So don't be picky. Don't only send it to like the best agents in the country. Definitely do that, worth a shot. But send it out to as many people as you can. And then hopefully you'll get some offers. And then, you've got to make that decision for yourself. If you get multiple offers, which one would be best for you?
Yes. So we should probably mention as well, it usually goes in phases. So they'll say, oh, we're interested in your query. Can you send us the first 10 pages of your book? And then they read the first 10 pages and they can say, oh, sorry, not interested. Or they can say, hey, this is good. Can you send us the whole manuscript, right? Something like that. And then once they've read the whole book, they'll either say, sorry, not interested, not for us, or I would love to offer you representation, right? And yes. Ashley was talking about how like it's possible you can get multiple offers of representation, but I want to add that if you get one offer of representation, then the ball is in your court and you can use that as leverage to get more offers of representation, because then you can go out and you can follow up with other people you've queried and say, heads up, I have an offer of representation. And that gets their interest going like that. So before you say yes or no, all these other agents are interested. That's what happened to one of my good friends, Nicholas Binge, and he got an offer of representation from a smaller agent and then told the top dogs, biggest people out there, and now has like the best agent in the UK. Like, it's incredible how that worked. So you have the
Yeah.
power once they say we're interested.
Be confident and smart about it and do the best for you, you know?
Mhm.
But I mean, even if you only get one offer, that is amazing and good for you.
Yeah,
So,
seriously.
yeah,
But also don't be afraid to lean on your networking pool for help when you're in that situation. What do I do? Help me out. And that's good to have that networking pool for those reasons as well.
exactly. And that is what happened to us. So, once again, we've already told this story. But yeah, we didn't have an agent when we first got picked up. And we were like, maybe we don't need one. And then they sent us the contract, and we were like, oh, shoot, I think we might need help.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we didn't actually think we wanted an agent at that point either, but we did lean on our networking pool to get help. And then Isaac Stewart put us in touch with his agent, who is Ben Grange, who is our agent now. And he asked to read our book. And we sent it to him. And he offered his representation so that he could help us navigate all of the legal stuff. We thought about it long and hard, worked out a deal with him, and it has been really helpful to have an agent, even though an agent's typical job is to get you a publishing deal. Like that's the main piece of their job. He still had so many other pieces that were so helpful for us after the fact that we still thought it was worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And we definitely think it's worth it now that we're trying to get new books out there for publishers. So
to be represented.
definitely.
Maybe this slide should have gone first, but why you want an agent? What do they actually do? So as I was saying, they get you to the publisher. They have those connections and the resources they need to pitch your book. That is the number one reason why people go to agents, is because it really is harder to go straight to an editor or a publishing house. Like, almost unheard of now, honestly. It's like you really need an agent most of the time. They are the ones who have struck deals with publishers before. Publishers are looking to agents for what they recommend to publish, and that's how it usually works. They also deal with the contracts. They understand the legal jargon, and they know when it's best to push in the right areas to get you a better deal and when they should back off.
Another great thing is that not all of them, every agent is different, but a lot of them edit and critique as well for you. So right now we're at the stage where Ben is reading our manuscripts, and he's going to give us feedback and decide whether or not he thinks it's ready to send to the publisher. And if not, he'll help us work on it a little bit more, help us with ideas, and that is really useful. We are really appreciative of that. Agents know like what is trending, what stories, what plots, what genres, and they can be like, okay, so this is a great idea that you have, but this is what's selling right now. So maybe this other idea that you have would be better for right now, because the publishers are going to be a little bit more excited about that.
And they can just help you strategize with timing on your ideas as well. The main thing I think that has been great for us is that he's just been our advocate and somebody that we can ask all our questions to. We like that we have this middleman between us and the scary world of publishing. Hold our hand, help us figure this out. And it's been really helpful to have him there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been doing this for 2 years, and we still don't know
everything
so much.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot. Yeah, and he wants us to succeed.
Exactly.
I love the little squeaky toy in the background. We just wanted to also reiterate how crazy the legal jargon is in contracts. This is a snippet of the draft of our contract. We just kind of want to show you what it's like. It was just heavy. Ours was how many pages? 25?
I don't remember. It might have been 27. I feel like there was a 7 in there.
Maybe. It was long.
It
And
was so long.
it was heavy to get through. And here are some of the topics and headings they had: advance, royalties, additional and subsidiary rights, licensing, sharing of receipts, intellectual property ownership, rights reserved to the author, competitive works, the author's deliverables, author's warranty and indemnity. What is that? I don't even know. Option material. Those are just some of them I just threw up there to show you like the types of topics they talk about. And there was just so much more than we ever knew, like rights upon rights upon rights. Like if they ever make a game in the future of this, if they ever make a musical on Broadway, like all the things. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. I was definitely not ready for it. They like sent it to us and I was just like, what
What does
this
this even mean?
Help.
We really fought through it. Like we didn't just like give up. We like went through it page by page, line by line, and we still needed tons of help.
We Googled so much stuff.
Yes.
And got into
our lawyer friend.
Like, what exactly? Yeah. Hey, can you read this and tell us what it means?
So we're really glad we have a translator.
Yeah, so we've also throughout our videos talked a lot about the edit letters that we have received after the publisher has picked us up. So to start with the big one, that's like, what was ours? I want to say like 10 pages long, but that might be excessive again.
No, that's not excessive at all.
Okay. It was huge. And then we like took like what, 3 or 4 months to like redo all of that. Second bigger edit letter, and then you'd get another big one, more long months editing, and then smaller ones, and you might get more than 3 depending on.
This is our experience, and then we moved into like the final stages of the copy edits, the line edits and everything after that. But this was a lot more than we thought as well. We thought our book was in better shape than it was, so
yes, but we are so grateful for all of this. We love it so much now as well.
Yeah, we're proud of the end result for sure. I think the best advice we ever got was from Isaac Stewart.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he told us to be as wise as serpents and as harmless as doves. And that stuck with me more than anything else. And I feel like the application of that has been really helpful for us, because publishing companies, as great as the people are, they are looking out for their own interests as well. Everyone's kind of looking out for themselves. So it's easy to get pulled under, and to, like, if you're not being very wise and doing your research, it's easy to be taken advantage of. So be careful as you enter the publishing business to use your networks and people that you trust and do your research. But also, as you work with people, be as harmless as doves, be super kind, be easy to work with, and they will reciprocate that as well.
Perfectly said.
Hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, just a little snippet of everything we've been talking about for the last, year or so.
Yes, but more direct application to you if you are trying to break into the publishing world.
And if you ever want more help or advice, you can use us for some connections.
We'd love to be part of your network pool.
You can contact us either through comments or go to our websites, which we talked about in the last video.
Thanks again for everything, guys. We will keep in touch and talk with you next week.
This is Brightink.
Over and out.